African Markets is a leading provider of the continent's capital markets data, which is an important tool for investors, issuers, research analysts, and the media. This week, the African Markets announced a new research hub that is expected to further enhance investors' information and knowledge of the continent's markets. Joining me now to chat to the new research tool is Jean-Julien Ilunga, the Chief Operating Officer and Business Development Manager of African Markets. Good evening, Jean, and congratulations on the new research hub.
Good evening, Boisson.
It's good to have you. Thank you very much. Why did African Markets introduce the new research hub, and what are its features?
Yeah, so the research hub is our latest attempt to try to promote African stock market and to attract new investors by freeing up access to data and high-quality data and information on our markets. And so, in a nutshell, the platform is an intuitive and ad-free platform where you can actually browse 100+ reports from stockbrokers across the continent, and you can filter reports by markets, companies, sectors, and so on and so forth. And so the users can easily and quickly get an overview of the reports before downloading them. And also they can actually get in touch with the analysts that wrote the reports. And so currently we are covering 10 markets, such as Nigeria, Kenya, Zimbabwe, even in North Africa like Morocco and Egypt. And we are in contact with other brokers in key markets such as South Africa that we hope we can be able to add to the platform in the coming days.
So who is the target audience for this new research tool and why?
Yeah, so I would say that we have 4 target groups. The first one, and maybe the most obvious, are the professional investors, who are looking for a one-stop shop when it comes to equity research on the continent, because it's hard and it's time-consuming to find investment research, especially when you are new to some markets. So that's the first group. The second group are the analysts and the research providers themselves, because thanks to the research hub, they can access reports from other counterparts. And so that would help them further their own analysis and also get the perspective of other analysts or active in their markets or elsewhere in the continent. The third group are the business insiders and consultants, because on the one hand, you have C-level executive, who are really interested in connecting with market analysts and get their feedback from, in terms of their feedback on their perceived performance by the market and strategy execution capabilities. And on the other hand, when it comes to consultants, we offer them the ability to get a market perspective on the sectors they follow and the companies they advise. And last but not least, I would say the last group are the students and the professors, because thanks to the platform, they have a chance to kind of link the theory to the practice, by getting a sort of market perspective on interesting topics, such as, for instance, company evaluation in an African context.
Interesting. But then how does the new research hub fit into your company's overall African markets data and information services and objectives you're already providing?
Yeah, so our mission at African Markets is really, as I said, to boost market activity on African capital markets by really freeing up access to data, news, and intelligence. And so the Research Hub is our third and key pillar in our offering, which is intelligence. So we really hope it will help attract new investors to the continent, but also it would help existing market participants.
But how will the new Research Hub enhance and benefit the African markets and companies that you cover? If you give me a particular company, for example, in your new Research Hub tool.
I mean, it will be difficult now to just focus on one particular company, but I will say that overall, the Research Hub offers a new tool to better understand the market as such and all the companies on the continent. Because we think that it helps investors answer two critical questions, which are first, are there investment opportunities on the continent, on the African capital markets? And two, where are those opportunities? And if maybe I will have to, if I deep dive into to the company level, I would say that our goal is to cover most companies on the continent, and not only the large caps, you know. So one of the benefits to the companies on the continent is really to put the spotlight on those even smaller companies, sometimes under research, you know.
Yeah, interesting, because I was about to ask you, when investors and other professionals are looking for information or data researching into Africa, what are the topmost points or information they want to know about African capital markets? We have so many markets. Some are very small, illiquid. Sometimes you don't have a trading on a particular day or so. The float is not there. The liquidity is not there. The depth is not there. But you're covering everyone, leaving no one behind.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the core of our offering, you know, is really not to leave anyone behind. And so, yeah, to answer your question, yes, they come to us asking us, well, the broad information like, what is the size, what is the liquidity, and so on and so forth. But then when they've identified interesting markets, they want to know, well, how do I make money there? You know, tell us about help us find the right opportunities, you know? And so that's when we used to revert them to the various brokers. And then we realized that, well, I mean, we need to set up that one-stop shop where they can easily find and have a continental view of the companies listed on the continent and quickly get access to the broker's recommendations.
This is a new year, 2021. So are you seeing encouraging developments across the region market so far this year?
Well, I would say actually I have two elements. Maybe the first elements would be on the performance side. You know, yes, we had a tough 2020, and we have to admit that we are glad it's good to see that markets are rebounding, you know, and practically across the board, especially on markets in countries such as Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, and even Zimbabwe. And although we see that the international investors are still looking at the continent from a distance, you know. And so that's the first point. The second element, actually, is that we are really looking forward to the official and effective launch of the African Exchange Linkage Program, you know, which is a project led by the African Securities Exchange Association and the African Development Bank, you know, and that project aims to really connect 7 key markets on the continent. And I think that, and we think that it is an important and crucial project that we need to promote if we really want to stimulate our markets and help them support the African economies.
Well, you know, Jean, you've got a whole lot on your table, because the Nigerian Central Bank just sacked the board of directors of FBN Holdings, which is the parent company of First Bank of Nigeria Limited, this evening. The entire board has been removed. The group managing director of both companies have been retained. The central bank also imposed a new board of directors. Of course, the board has been sacked because of board changes, which was done without the regulatory approval, as well as insider dealings and all of that. So I'm sure you're going to have that in the news already by now, and that will be covered by African markets in terms of your analysis.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
I'm sure that's what your team will be working on. We'll see how that comes through tomorrow in your research hub.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite a big development from Nigeria, by the way, for the oldest bank in Nigeria getting hammered by the central bank this evening. Thank you so much, Jean-Julien Ilunga, CEO and Business Development Executive at African Markets. We thank you very much and congratulations on the new research tool that you brought to broaden and deepen the African continent.